And we're gathered here today to witness the final clash between these two players. It's gonna be game 3 on this best out of 3 series, taken from the SK Gaming Champions Trophy, the Asian edition. Once more, and for the final time, a clash between these two players. Spawning on this top left corner of crevasse, you're gonna have the Green Terran Startale Bomber, STBomber, one of the solid Terran players, probably one of the finest players on Team Startale, and Startale is one really solid Korean pro gaming team. And he's gonna be facing against the oGs player, another huge Korean team, old generation Starcrafters. And here the Zerg player oGsCezanne will be trying to defend his colors and hold his ground to take the win out of Bomber's hands. For now, as you can see, they're just starting their matchup. As I mentioned, it's tied 1-1, so whoever takes the win here will be able to grab the victory on this series. And both players are spawning on fairly close positions, though keep in mind that there's plenty of debris around, if I'm not mistaken. As you can see, there's this block that forces you to go around this area and up there, so not the easiest map to flank and to move around quickly. It's still quite a large map and with plenty of obstacles. Also interesting on this map, as you guys know, there's this base which is fairly fast and easy to grab, but the penalty is that only has one Vespin geyser, so players tend to risk a bit more and most of the time just come down that ramp and try to grab this one with both Vespin geysers. And well, there's a price to pay, obviously. As you can see here on oGsCezanne's side, he decided to go for this one. Keep in mind that a Zerg player might not be needing that much gas, at least early on, so for him it's good, at least for starters. But here for Bomber, as you can see, and like I was mentioning, if he comes down and tries to grab this expo, it's really hard to defend. It's very wide open, as you can see, especially after your opponent is able to take off this destructible debris here with all the question marks. You will be able to have 2 entry points to this base, and then a very large concave might happen there, so it's a risky business, but still might be worth it if you take your chance and just profit from it. Now, following the match, as you can see, gas still there. Nice move here by oGsCezanne, just trying to be as annoying as possible, while we have Bomber grabbing a command center on this natural expo as well. Also playing safe, going for this one, the one with only one extractor, but it's one that it's quite well covered only by air. If you start flying up here, you might be able to harass it. Besides that, the only chance you have is if you come up straight through the main base, which isn't easy, as you might imagine. And meanwhile here inside oGsCezanne's base, as you can see, he already has the spawning pool starting that Zergling speed, and with 2 Marines poking at this extractor, I'm pretty sure that soon enough he'll be able to finish off the drone or even destroy the extractor. As you can see, we have oGsCezanne trying to repeat the same trick over and over again, but this time the drone got killed. Meanwhile, inside his base, greedy Bomber here, already a second command center. He doesn't have much of a defense. Let me take a look at the army count. Well, that's balanced, but what about the units? Only 2 Marines. This is a bit greedy by Bomber, but well, it's risky, but you guys know what this might be for the Bomber. I mean, if he's able to stretch his game into a 3 base play this early, he might be able to pull off a really solid economy for the mid game. The problem is that we already have oGsCezanne just knocking here on the door. As you can see, the first couple of Zerglings are arriving, and if he messes up a fairly big force, I don't think that Bomber will have enough to defend himself. SCV arriving, taking a look at how far oGsCezanne is on his build, got killed there, so no chance. And well, he was able to see the spawning pool, and obviously I'm pretty sure that he's aware of the fact that the Zerg player will be attempting to grab that natural expo, though he didn't saw it here on the minimap, as you can see, but I'm pretty sure that he will assume that. Meanwhile, here on Bomber side, he's finishing his wall off, double racks, meanwhile a factory coming out on the back, so fairly standard for now. The only unorthodox thing is actually having a second command center already rolling and ready to lift off and grab one base when you actually don't have much of a defense. I mean, 5 Marines isn't enough. And meanwhile, we have here on oGsCezanne's side, let me take a look at his base. I think I saw a Baneling's nest. Yeah, it's already there, so must be here. Oh, there it is, hidden on this corner, on the south corner of the Natural Expo. So Baneling Zergling pretty soon. Will he be committing to any kind of Baneling bust? I mean, if he has the proper timing and messes up some really quick Zerglings anytime soon, he might be able to just crash into that wall that Bomber made. I mean, he needs a lot of Banelings to destroy the racks, but he can just focus on the bunker. And I don't think that Bomber will have much to defend. And seems like that might be the case, because he's already poking at this wall here, at this debris, and he's massing up a lot of Zerglings. Notice 12 more coming out, so I think we're going to be going for a Baneling bust. And meanwhile, another factory, a second one, getting built inside their Bomber's base, and seems like that Bomber is just trying to tech up really fast. As you can see, Siege Tech and Siege Tanks coming out without having a proper unit composition, only 7 Marines, and I think he might be in trouble. Oh, a lot of Banelings getting ready here. Also more Banelings, and the Zerglings are staying here on the back, getting ready to make the push. Here they come with all the Banelings, advancing up that ramp, I'm assuming. Here they come. Oh, this is gonna be nasty for Bomber. Will he be able to defend this? There goes bye-bye bunker, and now a million Zerglings and Banelings running into his main base. So many SCVs there. Oh, he lost so many to those Banelings. Massive damage, and he just lost basically all of his worker count, I think. Look at the gap. He didn't have any economy and didn't have what it takes to defend anymore. I mean, well, he didn't have much of a unit composition, and after he lost all of those SCVs trying to defend, it's bye-bye economy and bye-bye game. So really quick game, effective Baneling bust, and Bomber GGing out of this game, with Cezanne taking the win 2-1. Boy, I was hoping for more, at least a bit longer, I would say, but I guess that sometimes we have this. I mean, we already seen July Zerg and such doing 6 pool on the GSL, so I mean that this kind of stuff can happen. And I mean, it's a win, everything is worth it, and everything is viable. So Cezanne just grabbed Bomber by his weak spot. Basically on this situation he didn't have much of an army, he just committed himself to a big macro game, and well, maybe he was trusting that the map would be big enough and long enough for Cezanne to even commit to macro game as well, but Cezanne tried the Baneling bust, and well, bye bye Bomber. So game done. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you all later.